Struggling to discuss sex and intimacy with your partner?
Not feeling met, seen, or heard in your relationships?
I'm Janelle.
And I'm Andrea. We're two midlife mavericks sharing our own experiences.
Messy AF and no regrets.
With marriage, divorce, polyamory, and pleasure.
We've learned that when you're brave enough to figure out what you want and ask for it,
with partners, friends, family, and most importantly, yourself,
you'll feel more alive and free.
Question everything, especially your mother's advice.
There's no rom-com formula for this, but don't panic.
Being alone matters. Honey, I can't miss you if you don't leave.
What if your breakup could be your breakthrough?
Our podcast is for brave hearts.
Anyone who seeks or has found the courage to confront their fears and limiting beliefs about breaking societal norms in the spirit of finding their truth.
If you're seeking permission to be brave in your relationships
and want to feel less alone along the way, we got you.
Hi, Bravehearts. Welcome to Permission to be Human. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Janelle.
And we are here with our next installment in the How to Build a Relationship with Yourself series.
Woohoo!
Hi, Bravehearts. Welcome to Permission to be Human. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Janelle.
And we are here with our next installment in the How to Build a Relationship with Yourself series.
So we are so excited to have Koya Nyangi here today to talk to us about so many beautiful things, both inside and outside. And if you're watching, you can see, you might get a hint as to what she's all about because of just how colorful and fabulous and amazing she looks right now.
Right? I mean, like, as soon as she got on, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I just like, I feel so like, yeah, it's like so much delicious color. So Koya Nyangi is CEO and founder of Let Me Show You Different, a fashion styling company that imports high couture brands from all over Africa. She calls herself a bad bitch. She's been working in fashion her whole life, and she's originally from Kenya. Koya has been featured in multiple publications, honored as a civic leader for her contributions in bringing African culture to Denver. She loves a good dirt road in her green Jeep and is passionate about hope. Koya, welcome to Permission to be Human. I loved reading that bio, and I love that you love a good dirt road in your green Jeep. Like, that is right up my alley. I want to go with you in the green Jeep. When are we going?
Tomorrow. It's all about spontaneity. So yes.
Okay.
That was you, Janelle. You wrote that.
I wrote that, yes, because I had to put it together. And so I was like, oh, I've got some insider knowledge about what Koya drives. And I've been on a good dirt road with her. So
Really? You've been on a good dirt road with her? I didn't know that.
yes.
How'd you guys go together?
We went for Damas's photo shoot in the wilderness, in the elements, in the rain, in the river. We've had a deep experience together.
Wow. That sounds like an African experience. Like, that sounds like what I did in Africa. Like,
What, a safari?
yeah, I mean, well, just most of my adventures in Africa involved a dirt road for sure. And being in the middle of nowhere. Right. And speaking of Africa, I just want to say I felt your Africa energy as soon as you got on the call. And it's a little hard to explain, but there is just like an ease and a smile and like, it's all going to be fine kind of energy that I remember from being in Africa. There is a slowness, like this, it's hard to describe, but it is a flow that I remember when being there that I don't know. It's all good. You know, just like it's going to work out.
Yeah. That really is the mentality that we have. It's going to work out. It's so weird you say that because I went back to Kenya the beginning of this year, so in January actually. And I was meeting one of my designers because we were going to see a land that she wanted me to go and see. And she was like, okay, I've sent the cab guy who's going to come and pick you up. And she's like, he's gonna come at around 10, 11-ish. I was like, okay, good. So I got ready and he came, I think at probably 1 or like 12:30. And there was a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready. She's like, yeah, he's going to come. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. I'm not going to call and find out. I'm just gonna wait and to be told he's out there. Anyway, he calls me. He's like, I'm out there. And then I remember opening the door and be like, yeah, I've been waiting for you. And he looked at me and his response was like, the day is going to be what the day is going to be. Like, just go with it. Like, no one is boring. And I was like, and I posed that moment. There were two brains. There was me as an African, me as a Kenyan, and then there's me living in America and how people get on time in every single situation. At this moment, I was like, you are very right. The day is going to be what the day is going to be. And I have no sense of time anymore. Let's just go with your flow. It's okay. I'm just riding this wave with you. So it's good. And I had the most amazing time. And it reminded me of it's okay. Like, it's okay. We have this. We need to do this. If we don't do this, it's not going to happen. And then this is going to fuck up this, and this is going to happen to this. Then along the way, we missed so many unexpected joys that would have happened that were never like in the plan, but is what the gift of the universe was going to give you. So it's a reminder every single time. I think being Kenyan, I always want to live like that, but also just my people from Africa. I think we just like live like that.
It's beautiful. Beautiful story. Thank you for that.
So like that whole story. So we're talking to Koya. We've invited her on here because she is a fashion stylist. But that whole story is like, oh, like there's lessons about being in a relationship with yourself. And somehow your description of being a Kenyan is also epitomizes how we can have a relationship with ourselves, right? Of being like, oh, okay, everything is going to be okay. We get to tell ourselves that. But what I'm really excited for Brave Hearts to know about you, Koya, because Koya and I fell in love like just a few months ago over a jewelry table where she had at an event. And oh my gosh, I need to go put my ring on. What am I doing? I'm going to do that. I know.
Where's
Hold
your
on.
ring?
Hold on.
Where's the big ring? Because I tried this big ring on when I met you at the event the day before. I was like, oh my gosh. I tried the ring on. I tried the earrings on. But they were a little too, like, they just overwhelmed my face. Now look at that ring. Look at that ring.
Here it is. Here's my Cinderella ring, as Koya named it. So, Koya, I would actually love for you to tell Brave Hearts what a Cinderella ring is.
Yes, because they can't see it.
I cannot believe I used the word Cinderella. Anyway, so what was happening on that day was I mean, I don't measure the rings. It's whatever ring that you're gonna try on and wherever sticks, which I like to say is a ring that wants to come home with you. So I'm not like, oh, you're a size 9 here, all the size 9 rings. You're a size 5. No, I just like throw in everything. And so it's just like nice finding and trying and be like, oh my God, oh my God. And I get to see like the number of people who've like tried on a ring, and I'm like, no one's no one is taking this ring. And then in walks Janelle, she like tries it on, and she's like, oh, my God, it fits me. And I was like, it has not fit anyone the whole day until you came. And so then it became her Cinderella ring. It was waiting for you.
It was waiting for me.
I love that. I didn't even hear that part of the story.
It was this feeling of, there was like, I don't know, I'm just going to say like 30 gorgeous rings, right? And I picked this one up, first thing, put it on, fit me perfectly, super comfortable. And then I was there, I was hanging out with Koya for like 2 hours. So then I started trying on all of the other rings just to like see, and none of the other ones fit. None of the other ones were correct. And it was like, oh no, it's like an expression of my inner self, which is how I love to talk about my clothing, this is the outer expression of it. And how do you describe, Koya, clothing as building a relationship with self?
What a lovely question. We are every single day trying to figure out who we are. I mean, just the minute we have opinions about life, the minute we are aware about who we are, the minute we know that, oh, every single time I walk out of the door, I'm communicating my story to someone else. That is where we start having this sense of like, who am I? And clothes really is a journey. Like where you are right now, we are constantly trying to figure out who we are. We are going through different moments in our life. We're going through different seasons, through different events. We are breaking up, we're getting a divorce, we're getting married, we're going to school, we're going to university, a spouse is dead. We are moving houses. We now are like, this is not me. Who am I? Clothing is infused in all of that, and every single time we are asking to give ourselves permission to figure out who we are. So we start at a certain point, and we pick some clothes, we try it on, we're like, oh my God, I think I like red, I might not like red, I think I like pink, I might not like pink. You open your closet, you're like, this, like, why do I not have clothes in my closet? But every single time people say that, I'm like, it's not that you don't have clothes in your closet, it's that the clothes that are in your closet are not a reflection of who is in your mind.
I can just admit, I have done this myself. I've opened up my closet at times and been like, oh my God, there's nothing in here. And you're saying it's because what I'm seeing in front of me doesn't reflect the version of me that I see myself as.
Yeah.
Then.
Yes. Most of the times that really is the reason. The other reason could just be, now in a styling perspective, you are missing some links to help connect all of it.
Okay. So I'm just to relate this, to make this as relatable as possible. When I go into my closet now, there's like 3 or 4 pieces at the back.
Yeah.
Maybe even 7 pieces that I've kept because I'm like, no, I can't get rid of them because like they still fit and they're quality pieces, and yet it's been a year since I've worn them, or maybe 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't quite get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I am now taking in that those pieces no longer reflect who I am in my mind.
Yes. And I've also said another reason is it could be there's a missing link. Like that outfit that you're constantly opening and you're seeing and you're like, you've been hoarding, you've been keeping it for like a year, you still haven't worn it. It's not a complete outfit yet. There's some outfits that are not yet complete, that they're waiting for something, then they're complete. That's why in your nervous system, you know that you don't want to throw it away. You're like, oh, I'm not ready to give this up because there's still something there. The story is not yet done. It needs something else, and then it's a complete look. I'm going to give you an example of this. I bought this for my partner and they were like, I don't like it. I was like, okay, I'll put it, I'll take it. But I've had it in my closet for 3 years. This is the first time I'm wearing it. And and when you asked me today how was your morning, I was like, oh my God, what am I wearing to this podcast? And I tried something and I was like, wait a minute. Ooh, that's a really beautiful knit. And I wore it and I put this on, which I just got from Kenya, the beginning of the year. And then I was like, oh my God, this whole outfit, like finally it came alive. But for the past 3 years, I have folded it, put it in my Goodwill, and then I'm like, no, not yet. So yes, it could be a missing link, but also it could be the way you are seeing yourself when you open the reflection on the clothes is just not reflecting that back to you. So then you are way ahead of your clothes. The clothes are now behind you, and yet they're in front of you, and that's what you see every single day.
Love it.
Yes.
That is so descriptive. Like I just can like visualize, like I can see my entire life actually. I have all these like different pieces of clothing that I'm like, oh, like they're just behind me now because the version of me, and I'm actually very aware that like my closet even right now is like waiting for a new, there's a version of me that's here right now that my closet does not meet. And I'm just like, oh, who's coming? What clothing is coming my way?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, who's coming to your new party?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
To your next party. Like, yeah, how
Every
will it show up?
single time.
So, Koya, one of the things that you said to me that really stuck with me that first time that we met was I'm going to say it was an African proverb. It might not be a proverb, but it was this idea that, and I'm going to have you say it, but it's about clothing or your jewelry like enters the room first or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, Janelle has this thing where I think, and I love it. She remembers every single thing that I say, but I'm like, the Holy Spirit got me, and I started saying stuff, and she's like, you remember when you told me that? I was like, oh my God, I said that? I cannot remember.
Nice.
I have this soothing wisdom to now.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yes, this was a conversation because she had worn this very beautiful Adele de Jacques piece. And to know this designer, she really creates really amazing sculptural standout pieces. And she had it's that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she had put it on, and we were talking about jewelry and all the things. And so I was telling her, jewelry like introduces itself before you, like it enters into the room before you enter. And I say this like sometimes there's a jingle that that the jewelry has if you wear it. Like I have like a bracelet that I wear that it bangs across the different metals, and so you can get to hear it. But also in the African society, that's how it's sort of like I mean, we adorned ourselves with like so much jewelry. So like our feet anklet, you had like your wrist over here, you had like the necklaces. And I even think about like the Maasai women from Kenya, like, and how they have this like really beautiful jewelry, not only just in color, but also like when they move, they have this sort of like vibration to them. So like you start hearing the sounds of them before you even see them. So basically, if you're standing out, there is no better way to stand out than a beautiful structural piece of jewelry that commands attention. Yeah.
If you are looking at the podcast right now,
Yeah.
somehow I'm holding a traditional Kenyan Maasai necklace in my hand, and it has these wrinkles on it, which I got in Kenya when I was there many, many years ago. And
I didn't know you had that.
I know, that's why I got it.
Oh my gosh, so crazy.
I love that.
And I have worn it, and it's such a standout piece. And but what I'm curious now is, okay, as someone, you're talking to me who is really like, I love standout pieces. I recognize that clothing is an expression of my inner state. Yes. What do you think some of the obstacles are that people have when it comes to clothing and building a relationship with themselves?
Permission. That's number one. It's permission. And then it is, you need to understand that you are not perfection in the way you think you are supposed to be, but you're perfection in your own way. So if you accept that if you accept you are enough, then everything else around you doesn't really matter. So as you're dressing up, you're not really dressing from the gaze of what will people think, what will people perceive of me, what am I saying, but it's coming from within you. So then everything else, the response that people have is just the response that people have, but you're not really operating from their point of view. You're operating from yours. It's like, Do I love this? Is this making me happy when I wear it? Is it, and do I love it, but also am I scared of it? It could be yes. And then if it's a yes, it's then why not? Then you have to explore that why not. And then is it enough for you to then give yourself permission to be like, you know what? With all of that, I will still go ahead and wear it because I kind of want to explore and express my way and see who I am as I choose to go down this path of a style that maybe many don't think is mine, but I think that I want to explore.
So I'm hearing it's not just permission to wear something, it's permission to try something.
Yeah.
To really like explore your own path.
Yeah.
So how does that relate to getting permission to be yourself?
I think we need to start from the point of view of we care that you need to know yourself. People ask, where do you get your style from? I get my style from knowing who I am. That's where I get my style from. I get it from that. I'll be told, oh, like we're going for a thing, but people aren't dressing up. It's just a casual thing. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to be wearing whatever I am going to be wearing. My casual is going to look completely different. This is very casual for me right now, by the way.
Love it.
But that's not a casual thing for other people. But I'm not going for like, am I gonna ruffle some feathers? People going to like, am I going to be too much for people that I don't care? I really don't care. And it goes back again for where are you getting the information about who you are? Who is telling you how to dress? Most of the time, we're listening to people outside to tell us who we need to be. That is a problem. Because then you don't know who you are. You're like, oh, like these are the in colors. These are the what I think I look better in this color than in another. I'm like, I don't know who told you that. But we are walking around believing a lot of things that have been said about us instead of trying to figure out who we are within ourselves.
It's beautiful. And I'll tell you who told me that. Like, yes, from like the age of 9 or 11, I remember getting a color consult, right? Like, oh, this is what season you are. These are your good colors. These are your bad colors. Obey, right? Like, track that. And I think that's just a deep message, right?
Yeah.
That I received very early on. And I was just trained to like look at a rack and be like, no yellow for me. Nope, can't wear yellow. Doesn't work.
Interesting. What other things you were told? And how so when you saw a yellow, did you approach it for like, I can't even look at it, that is not my color? Like, did you?
Yeah, because I liked it. I was drawn to it, but I knew that if I put it on, then it would wash me out. Same with gray. You know, I'm just like, when I go gray, it's never going to work for me. You know how some people like go gray and they look amazing. And I'm like, wow, gray's one of your colors. Gray's not one of my colors. Never going to work. I'm going to have to figure that out. So I think these are just the rules that you're talking about. But that's when I was obeying other people, right? I was listening outside.
Yes.
To what other people were saying. And I would say now I'm more listening to what I love and what's inside me. And it's like, if it feels good, then I wear it.
Exactly. And even close friends can also be people who deter us from trying something out. Because they're like, I don't know, like, that just never has been your color. And you're like, oh my God, never? Oh shit, fuck. It comes from like publications and whatever, but it could come really close by. But also you could also tell yourself that. Like it's like and some could be real, some are not real. I have no idea. It's just you have to be the one who decides that for you. You have to be the one who are like, actually, I've tried this yellow in different multiple types of yellows that they could be, and I just want to I've come to the conclusion that it is very true. Yeah.
I have more here. So what has happened is that I've noticed, Janelle, so Janelle had a delivery service for a while where she got like new dresses and new outfits every month. And she would get them. Nuuly. Yes, little plug for Nuuly. And she would get them and I would think, oh, that's a really cool dress. And in my head, I would think, but it's not really your color. Like, I've thought that many times. I'm just like, why are you wearing that color? Like, that's not your color. This is just me imposing my rules.
Yes.
And my opinion. And I don't always say it. But then, and I remember then, Janelle, you wearing something red. You know, you have that red, like, really fringy coat. And I'm just like, oh, my God, you look amazing. And you're like, yeah, I know. Like, red's my color. I don't know why I don't wear it more often. But I think what I'm gathering from this is that you feel good in the dresses you're wearing, and that shows up in your presence and your personality.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
So Janelle, you should, respond to that. Sorry.
Well, it's funny because I have a dress in my closet that I don't wear. I've only worn it once. And actually someone told me it didn't look great on me. And so I haven't worn it until I went to, Koya was nominated as a civic leader in Denver recently, and it was on the solstice, and this dress is like bright, bright yellow, ironically, as we're talking about yellow, and head to toe, right? Like one shoulder linen dress. And I was like, this is Koya. I am going, like, I love it. I love this dress, even if someone else told me it wasn't super flattering. And it's solstice. Like, I am the sun. I am the cosmic sun. So I am going to wear this dress in honoring her as she's being honored, right? Like, I was like, there's so many reasons why I chose to wear that dress that night. And yeah, it may not be my best color, but like, none of that would have been relayed if I was just wearing red because red looked good on me.
Yeah.
That is very fascinating. I think it's fascinating in two reasons. A, when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. Like, I was just like, I love it so much. It had such a presence. I loved it. But then it's also interesting to hear the very many reasons that you had to go about to justify this color on you.
Mm-hmm.
In your head.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. But despite all of it, you came out on the other side because all those reasons, you could have been like, this reason's a real man, and so I'm not doing it. So, and you were like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And that's really is what is showing up. Mm-hmm. That is now the pinnacle of actually arriving. It is despite every single thing. It is how you felt inside and how you wanted to show up and what you wanted to be and how the story that you wanted to tell and how you wanted to display yourself that day. That, and if there's anything that your brave hearts need to get out of this, if there's one nugget, it is that at the end of the day, it boils down to you. Doesn't boil down to anybody else. It boils down to you. And that is arriving at getting to know who you are and using clothes to tell the story of who you are, regardless of wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
What I love, there's two things. One is that, like, any Braveheart listening, I 100% know all of you own clothes. Right? We all own clothes. So this is a very accessible journey to be curious about, right? That everyone can go into their closet and say, oh, are there clothes in here that like feel more like me versus others, right? And like and actually, Andrea, I remember at my birthday party last year, right, where I invited people to wear their soul's expression of clothing. And there was, your partner was like, oh, I don't really have that. He just wears like black t-shirts and jeans all the time. And I was like, that is his soul's expression. Like, he feels so himself. Right. He looks so great. I was like, that's what he should wear because he's already done the work to know that was a very intentional choice on his part. So yeah, there's that.
He just wore that, right? Because that's him, right? That embodies him, and that's his whole expression.
Yes. So this
And,
isn't about wearing these amazing earrings like Koya has on or this ring.
right.
It's like, no, what feels like the truest version? And very strongly, I want people to hear, this is like the theme of the podcast, obviously, permission to be human, is we give people permission, is that Koya gave me, I'm already living out loud with my clothes, and still gave me more permission.
Yes.
Right? Like it was because she was there that I was like, I'm going to be even bolder. And so I want Brave Hearts listening to just like recognize this is an invitation from us, as always, to be a little bit bolder. But sometimes you need to hear someone else say it first. That's just all the permission you need, not about what it is that you're wearing, but just to know that you can choose what it is you want to wear.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think two things I want to say. First of all, the mission of Let Me Show You Different, like our tagline is be bold, be brave, be different.
Yeah.
And to be bold, to be brave, to be different takes courage, takes vulnerability, takes curiosity to do all of that. But there's one thing I feel like we're not doing more of, and I have said this multiple times, and I'm gonna keep saying it until we keep doing it. When we think about when we were younger and we were playing dress up is the most important thing ever, because when you play dress up, you are forming a relationship with your clothes. I have a serious relationship with clothes, but I'm not sure how people are relating with their clothes. Like you hang them and you put them, and then the next time you're just going to come and get them. It's like when you're dressing them, and then you pick something and you go. Like I actually like sit down with my clothes and have a full-blown conversation. Like I'm over there, like on a Sunday, I'm just like dressing up. Like, ooh, I feel like that and that could go together. And then I just put it on and I walk. I'm like, oh my God, am I making up outfits as I go? Like I have fun with clothes a lot. And I would love for us to play dress up again. I think you get to see your clothes in a very new context, because you're not really going anywhere, so you don't have the rush of time, or you're not planning for an event, you're just like loose, and you're just like having a good time, and you are in communion with your clothes, and you get to see them, you get to see you, because the idea is, and I'm a lover of sustainability, meaning I love when clothes are worn for like the longest time ever. I really enjoy that. Like
Me too.
I have clothes that I have worn like 20 years from now, but I still have them and I remix them up. And that's the joy of where styling is. And
Okay, wait. Can you pause? I have so many things.
Yeah, you
ask.
can ask, because I can go on and on and on and on.
So, one, I think I heard, I'd like to translate one thing you said into what I've experienced, is that most of my life I was thinking, oh, what's appropriate for this event? In my head, not in my body. What should I wear today? Based on where I'm going, based on who I'm going to be with. And I remember someone saying once, oh, I just felt like wearing this dress today. And I was like, does not compute. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't even know what she was talking about. I was like, oh, so you like feel like wearing something today and that's what you wear? So this was just a dramatic shift for me. And since then, I've been trying to embrace that. And then my head also gets in the way sometimes still. So, I mean, I just want to recognize that that's, playing dress up could lead to that. But I think you do have to do that, because for me, the context is always getting in the way. Like, what's the right thing for the weather, for the occasion, for the people? And then I want to ask you, when you said that a piece of clothing has a long life, are you talking about, well, can you just say more about that?
When I say that, I'm constantly meeting people who are like, oh, I'm going for a wedding, so I need to buy a new dress. I'm going for a vacation, so I need to buy new clothes. I work in fashion. I will tell you that I have not bought new clothes in like 2 years. Yeah. And from where I come from, that's like, oh my God, when I'm buying clothes every single day, I'm like, I'm not buying clothes every single day. I'm not. Like, that's just a lie. I'm not. You know what I'm buying? I'm probably buying jewelry. That's what I'm buying. Because jewelry makes your clothes look new every single time. There is a trick. But the idea when you play dress up is and this is now going back to the whole longevity thing. It's we have the way you're operating. You're like, what's good for the weather? What for the place that I'm wearing, for appropriateness or blah blah blah, like all those like requirements for us to dress up. And I also am in the category for like, this is how I walk into my closet every single day. Who do I want to be today? Genuinely every single time. It's like, who do I want to be today? Like, I'm constantly having fun with who? Who, like, there's no limitation. I'm like, what kind of a bad bitch do I want? I'm trying to be every single day. And what are the clothes that are gonna make me feel that way? Sometimes I'm like, I feel like a bit dark, and I'm like, well, what kind of dark are we feeling, Koya? Are we feeling like a dark with a sprinkle of a sunshine, but like a feeling of like an intensity and a sexy coming out? Like, I am using the words. The words is what you want to use when you're trying to figure out what is the feeling right now in this morning as I'm waking up, as the weather is probably sunny, and it's like, what is the feeling? As I'm going to that event, like, who do I want to be when I go to this event? There's such joy. And then you go into this exploration. But going back again to the longevity of the clothes, it is remove the context in which you had given them before. If they were, this is a wedding dress. And when you look at it, you're just seeing them in wedding eyes. So how do you unwedding this piece of clothing that you have decided is a wedding dress or is a birthday dress? Does that kind of make sense?
So if you have a dress that you wore to a wedding, it was you were like, this is your favorite dress that you wore last season, right? To everything. But then you're like, oh, I can't wear it to the bar tonight because I wore it to a wedding, right? And so it's like you've like limited its use by categorizing it and putting it into a box.
Yes. Thank you for translating. That's exactly what yeah.
It's there's a ceiling on it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, oh no, it can only be for this event.
Yes.
And so would you suggest some kind of a ritual to like cleanse the clothing of their past identity?
It's the playing the dress up. When you play dress up, because your mind is not now in the space of, oh, we're going somewhere, so we are looking for a thing. So you're not really looking for a thing. You're just in your relaxed state, having a glass of wine or a joint or whatever, and you're having a great time. And you're just like, first of all, you are looking at your body and you're loving it and you're falling in love with yourself. Then you're picking up the pieces and you're like, okay, let me try this skirt on. Okay, let me try this dress on. Or let me try that dress that I wore to the wedding and this interesting shoes or like this pants. And what if I tack and introduce jeans to this dress? Oh my God, what if I put that really big piece of jewelry that I've been scared of that has been sitting there for like 5 years? What if I just wear it right now? You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're just trying stuff in the house. You're not really going anywhere. But what it does, it starts breaking down the way you're looking at clothes. And then next time when you're about to go somewhere, then you'll feel freer to try it on like that and remove the limitation that you had given it.
I feel like what she just described was neuroplasticity for clothing. Right? Like we're rewiring our brains for our clothing.
I mean, this is true. This really is true. And like, I can see how it works. And I want to just relate to Bravehearts, even though I think this all relates to building a relationship with yourself. But what I'm hearing is that you are continually building and working on that relationship with yourself as you reimagine the new clothes, you reimagine your identity.
Yes. let's go back to what are we trying to get to? Having getting to know yourself, right? Getting to know yourself is you're constantly changing, right? Our bodies are changing, who we are is changing. So then the first person you want to have a relationship with is you and your body. Like if we remove this clothes, we are now very naked. We came into this world naked. I don't think we spend a lot of time really staring at ourselves and our bodies naked and really thanking our bodies and seeing every single thing that's happening to it and be like, okay, this is where we are right now. This is the number of ages that we have. First of all, congratulations, because you're still alive. That's incredible. And I think it needs to be noted. Okay. Now, after this, how are we adorning this body? What did I say I don't like? Okay, why do I not like that again? Like you have to question the things that you are saying no to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are
And
there
why?
any rules?
There are no rules. There are no rules. Let me tell you how I grew up so you can give context. When it came to clothing, and I like to tell people all the beautiful clothes that you take to Goodwill end up in landfills in different parts of Africa. And we also get to shop them. Okay. So we are shopping the second hand that's coming from the different Western states. So that means I grew up for like the longest time, never really shopping like new pieces and new items. And so it would be this, think of like a stadium, maybe like 3 stadiums, and then it's like nothing but like filled with like clothes, and there are like different like vendors in there. It's like chaos. It's like a market chaos. I grew up like that, meaning I went from one person who was like, I was just like digging clothes and finding pieces. I'm like, oh my God, this is so great. What is it gonna be? I don't know. I'm just gonna figure out what it is. There was permission, like, because we didn't have, this is what you're wearing. This is what people are wearing. This is what the celebrities are saying that it's on trend. This is what's looking cool right now. This is like,
Yeah.
I like that voice was never in my head of this is how you need to show up. No, never. Never. So what that does when you don't have someone telling you how to show up every single day, then you show up however you want to show up, because you in your brain you don't realize that there's a way we're supposed to be showing up. You just show up. And
Beautiful.
that might look like such a trivial thing, but having lived in different parts, I've come to recognize that that was actually a blessing for me to not have rules ever. Like there was no color code. Like these are the colors that we can only combine. I mean, do you see how many colors that I have combined right now?
Yeah.
Like I think the rule book would be like, absolutely not. Like we let you couldn't be.
Yeah. But what if we paid attention to the joy that is
Yeah.
clearly
It's like
in
all
your
of a
aura
sudden,
right
exactly.
now?
It's like all of a sudden we're just wearing neutrals. And I'm like, why? What if I want to wear color? Like, why are you taking away color and just giving me neutrals? Like, why? But then these are the things that we get to be told every single time. No, in the neutrals. No, it is pink. No, it is. Why?
Okay.
Okay, this is like, I
It's
feel
just-
so much.
There's so
Right,
much. Yeah.
what I love,
You guys for a loop. What's going
no,
on?
not so much a loop, but it is, but that the concept of what you just said though is that you've lived all around the world, knowing that every culture does have these rules or limitations, right? Or suggestions or trends about clothing, because it is an industry that is designed to sell, sell, sell. And the lesson that I'm hearing is if you took away all of the rules,
Yes.
then everything in your closet can be mixed and matched to match whatever energy you're feeling in that moment, which means all of your clothes last longer.
Yeah.
And that everything represents you and it in every moment, but it requires deep or unconditioning, which Andrew and I speak to all the time. Like, this is the basis of the Permission to Be Human podcast, is how much we have to be a brave heart. We have to be willing to forego the conditioning we've received in so many different areas, which takes courage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, when you start working with clients as a stylist, what happens when they start knowing themselves? I mean, I don't know that they're all like me, who already has a strong relationship with clothes. Do you work with people who don't?
Oh my God, yes, all the bloody time. And I'll give an example for a guy. He was I mean, just the day one, it was obvious there was no style. But I don't dress style. I dress essence. I'm not you.
What's the okay, I see.
Style is you just like put clothes on me and make me look like I'm dope.
Yep.
Essence is, who really are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you at the core of it? Who are you? Then we pull that out, because sometimes it's buried in there. Sometimes people kind of like know it, but then they just like really, they don't know how to bring it forth. Or you know who you are, but now that version is a very dated version. Like, we need to bring you now and give that soul some life, because it feels like it's been inside, stuck in a rod somewhere, and it is dying, and it needs just like a resuscitation. And I was walking with a client. He was a guy. He was just like no, wear like normal stuff or whatever. But at the core is they're like a hippie. They're just a for real hippie. I just like, like that's who they are. So then all the clothing inside, and interesting, they also loved color a lot, but they had not one color. And I was like, that's very interesting. Oh my God. But like, they would be like, oh my God, this color is incredible. Would you wear, I don't know if I can fucking wear it. Like, I don't think, you think I can? I'm like, yes, you can. So then we now start finding, now I mean, first of all, I look inside your closet. Then I find the piece that I feel like is the piece that really says that this is who you are. Then I'm going to put that piece on you, and you're probably going to be like, oh my God, 100% no, I used to love it. I don't think that's me anymore. And I'm just like, okay, let's just find out fast before we decide that it's not. We need to find out. So then I put it on, and then now the styling is where it's now, this is the essence. And how do I style it in a way that feels now very true to you, in a way that you had not yet seen it, that it can be done like this? So then I'm like, okay, they're a tall, skinny guy. I want to put like nice straight fit jeans on them with just like some shoes that they just have never worn, but they're like, I don't know. But then they're like, but it kind of looks cool. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then you put them in this like really beautiful top that they never thought they would wear it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, wow, I really love this. And I'm like, good. Then I introduce you to start seeing pieces that you might not see as that style of yours, because you've never deconstructed it. But because my job is basically to deconstruct everything, I will deconstruct it for you. And then you wear it and you're like, wow, I didn't even think that this knit could also fall into my category. And I'm like, yeah. But it's all of that. It's first we need to find who you are. Then find the pieces that fit who you are. Then introduce you to pieces that you don't look at as pieces that you might like, but are pieces to enhance who you are.
I mean, like, there is so much that you just said that I have not thought about, is, again, using clothing as the modality or as the medium to discover who one is.
Mm-hmm.
And again, so accessible to everyone, right?
Yeah.
And it really just has I'm just envisioning myself as if you were in my closet. Oh, and what would we discover together? Like, I mean, it's back to kind of the dress up, just like playing dress up that you spoke to, right? But only now it's through the lens of someone who can see my soul.
Yeah.
And I see people's souls,
Yeah.
right? I don't do it through clothing though. So, but I know exactly what you're saying, and I'm like pulling out,
Yeah.
right? And Andrea does
Yeah.
the same thing as a permission coach, like pulls out what people are saying in their words, and she's like, "Oh, but I think maybe this is what you're mean to say." And so for you, you're like, "Oh, I see you. I'm pulling you out and using clothing as the way to do it."
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about like these things in my closet that I'm just like so clearly, no, this is so clearly not me. Like I took that because I'm like, well, some justification, not most of them.
Yeah.
But I also see the arc of as I've done that over time, I've pulled what's most important to me out of me, right? Just as you do for clients. And as that arc has happened, I have built a bigger and better and bolder relationship with myself.
And I'll give an example when we were at the jewelry place, and there's a woman who's like, I don't wear jewelry at all. Like, I don't, I mean, it's very interesting when you're in, I mean, I get all kinds of people and they come to me and like, this is beautiful, but I don't wear any jewelry at all. I was like, okay, cool. But you want to play dress up? And they're like, sure, no problem. I'm like, you are going to change your life. You have no idea. And they're like, well, why don't you wear jewelry? They're like, I don't know. I just have never found something that fits me. Like all of them, they just like look funny. I'm like, oh, you do wear jewelry. You just haven't found the jewelry for you. Those are two different things. There is a point blank, I don't wear jewelry, don't even try me. I don't like my ear, I haven't even pierced my, like that. That's a person who's not wearing. But if you come closer to my jewelry, I know you do our jewelry, I do. And so now I have to walk you. I'm like, okay, if like, what kind of jewelry did you wear before? And then they would explain. I'll be like, okay. So now I'm trying to understand where, like, how far they've gone with jewelry. And I know now we're playing in this realm of like dainty. They're not, this is too much for them. I would not start them off with this long earrings that I'm wearing right now. I would now, okay, we're thinking dainty. I'm not really also going to push you too hard in terms of like a small piece of jewelry that has like an intricacy with it. I won't even push you there. I just want to baby step you. I'm just going to be like, well, let's just play. I'm going to give 3 different options, and I'm going to have a mirror because I think it's already put of a mirror. And then I'm like, okay, how do you feel with this one? They're like, okay, I don't know. I like when it's like not very round, but this one kind of makes me happy. Okay, we are going somewhere. And then what about this? Ooh, then you start hearing the, ooh, I think so. I'm not sure, but maybe that. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere, because now the wheels in your brain are turning, because I'm like, I just want us to have fun and try on. And by the time we were done, she had bought 4 pairs of earrings. And she was like, I've never found really good, amazing jewelry, and I feel like this ones will not really get in my way. I can wear them every single day. They can go with my outfits, and I just really love like the length. And see, so now we identify the problem that she was already having, and it's not that you don't want to wear, or you just have not found the piece for you to wear. To start you on this journey of, let's say, if it's earrings.
So, yeah. Koya, if someone who's listening right now is just curious about what it is, whether it's they're curious about their own closets, curious about playing dress up, what would you suggest as a Braveheart homework, as something that they could do right now?
You should go into your closet, open it, and really ask yourself if these clothes are representing who I am. Like really, 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 really. Like if you open it and you feel such joy, Are they the clothes that I want to wear? And if the answer is yes, then that's really good. So then you want to wear, I will challenge you to wear your clothes differently. Like, don't, when you're like, I want to pair it with this, I want you to not pair it with that and find something new to pair it with that is very unexpected. That you're like, you would never go this route, but I kind of want you to go that route. Yes.
Okay.
If your answer is no, then I think we need to figure out why. And now you really need to sit down in your closet and be like, is it because they are not a representation of me? Or is it just, these clothes look boring? Because if they look boring, that means you really need to play dress up. You really need to take a Sunday or a Friday or I don't know, and just like wear these clothes again with something that doesn't even feel like it would go together, but just try it on, because the idea is you're trying to infuse in some energy.
Do people already know who they are when they come to you, or do you help them figure out who they are?
Oh no, we do a whole journey of trying to figure out who you are. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And you work with, it sounds like, men, women.
I work
everybody.
with every human being who can
Great.
be able to wear clothes.
Most people.
Amazing. And then you style, what it sounds like, you style everyone based on what they have. But
Yeah.
you have a specialty of that you do import African designers. It's not like you only style people in African designer clothing.
Yeah.
Right? So, but speak
yeah.
to the African designer piece of it, please.
So aside from doing styling, we work with different African designers based across the continent, and we give them a retail channel into the US market. So when you are out there shopping, you can be able to walk into a store and find these fabulous pieces made with such great care and such love, but also very, very stylish that can fit into your closet. So if it's a beautiful skirt, and I think there's also the idea of, I don't know if this is just me, but I think from research, most people think, because I'm saying African designers, that all of them are like, it's like African print, which is not actually the truth. It couldn't be farther from that. They just happen to be designers who are based in Africa, who have a different approach to styling. I mean, they work in denim, they work in different kinds of materials. They all create something different. So there's always something for someone depending on what your style really is.
Okay.
Yes. Beautiful. And so if someone wanted to get a hold of you or wanted to learn more about African creations that you import, what do you have coming up?
July 23rd at the Four Seasons at 5:30, we are going to be showcasing one of the brands that I love, which was the one Janelle that was saying. They have a new collection out. So we're going to be showcasing the collection out at Four Seasons at 5:30 to 7. And when you come to this, there's a festival happening in September. You'll get to learn more about the festival. But I think the best way to get in touch with me is through our Instagram. Let me show you different on all socials, and get on our newsletter. We always talk about amazing things on style and just discovering yourself and freeing yourself to wear these items that I like to say are just clothes. Like nothing, it's just clothes. You can take them off. It is not
a tattoo.
It's not a big deal. It's just clothes. If it doesn't work, remove it. Try it again. Don't be too hard on yourself. Have fun.
Thank you, Koya.
Thank you guys so much.
Koya, thank you for being, just this burst of joy and this stand for permission and for courage and for each of us finding our own essence. You embody it so beautifully, and it's a pleasure to talk to you today.
Absolute pleasure to be part of it. Thank you, guys. You guys are rocking it, so I'm glad to be a guest here, and this is like my favorite conversation. So I'm glad we winded it down.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you, Bravehearts, for listening. You got your homework. Can't wait to see what happens with your style. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Bravehearts, looking for permission?
Work with us.
Andrea offers permission coaching.
And Janelle offers erotic wellness sessions.
Follow us on Instagram.
Meet us in real life at Permission to Be Human workshops in Denver.
Subscribe to our newsletter.
Do all this and more at our website, permissiontobehuman.live.